Support for Radio Friends comes from Roseheart Hypnotherapy, serving Central Missouri since 2007. They specialize in pain management, pre- and post-medical procedures, fears, phobias, and increasing performance and success in every area of life. Athletes needing sports hypnosis to improve their ability will be pleased to know that Roseheart Hypnotherapy specializes in neurofeedback and is the only certified OptiBrain train and golf practitioner in Missouri. Call Roseheart Hypnotherapy at 888-604-9997 or visit mohyp.com and experience true success. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, August the 10th. I want to introduce you to Crystal KRONER. Good to have you back here, Crystal KRONER. I like that name.
I know you do.
It almost sounds like a stage name, Crystal KRONER. But you were here, and actually you were here about 4 or 5 months ago.
Yes.
We talked about Cradle to Career, and this is a collaborative action network, right?
Yes.
Now, if people didn't hear that segment 5 or 6 months ago, whatever it was, why don't you explain what Cradle to Career is, and then what has been happening in that time?
Sure. So Cradle to Career Alliance is an education nonprofit, and we are responsible with Boone County right now for Boone County districts. And we bring community members together to come up with solutions for educational disparities that we notice or we find in the local data. And so I bring together groups to decide what a really smart solution might be for any particular education milestone that's showing problems with equality.
Now, are you dealing only with Boone County or are the surrounding areas of Central Missouri?
Just Boone County, for now, anyway. In terms of the districts, we've got 6 districts in Boone County, and in terms of the data that we're collecting and really trying to focus on, right now it is with Boone County. However, we'd be, of course, very open as we're beginning work with the state to kind of share best practices and learn from other communities.
So what are you finding?
So, and some of what I discussed last time was that we had, last October, we had launched our baseline report. And at that point, we were only able to share results from Columbia Public Schools at that time because we don't have complete data with the rest of the districts yet. But within that data set, what we found was that there were the highest level of disparities were in 6th grade, and that was across race, income, and for both English language arts and math.
6th grade?
Yes.
Now, why do you think it was 6th grade?
Well, I think that that educational achievement kind of accumulates over time, and so do disparities. And so, for example, if a child were to come into school and be maybe a little bit behind in developmentally, say, when they come into kindergarten, by the time that child has gone through up to 6th grade, those gaps are just adding on top of one another.
They're multiplying.
Yes, absolutely. If there are not interventions that kind of come in and are really focused in on how the child is doing, then
so
yes.
it can go downhill. It can go downhill after that.
Sure. Yes, it could.
So what happens? What are you learning that how you can turn that around to make it better?
Well, so for this last year, we decided at Cradle to Career that we were going to actually focus on kindergarten readiness because although we really, I would get onto each one of these milestones if there was enough of me to go around, I would. They're all incredibly important. However, we did decide to be more preventative in our focus in kindergarten readiness because we knew that if you can kind of catch that gap then, where we're showing about a 30% gap at that point, whereas in the 6th grade, we're seeing about 50% gap. And so
if you can close the gap at a very early age, kindergarten.
Before kindergarten even.
How many kids actually go to kindergarten?
Well, in Boone County, I'm not quite sure, and I'm trying to even remember what it is at Columbia Public Schools, but I'm going to guess there's, probably over 1,000.
Yeah.
kindergartners.
Percentage-wise, though. The majority of the kids, do they go to kindergarten or not go to kindergarten?
I would say that, I mean, in terms of all the way through K-12,
yeah.
oh, no, I don't think that they would be necessarily the majority of the students.
Right,
But
right.
if you think about this, so if you think about there are 200 students in Boone County that are scoring less than proficient in some way when they reach kindergarten, right at entering kindergarten. So think about that in terms of, that's about 3 to 5 classrooms of kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then think about what the high school class would look like at that point. If you
Right.
had 3 different classes, that's almost 600 kids
Yeah,
that
yeah.
have been experiencing that.
Are you working with the parents on the disparity?
Yes, in fact, we are right now. So, as I had mentioned, we're working on kindergarten readiness, but we know that, these types of issues are happening well before children walk into the kindergarten classroom. And that, in fact, there have been a lot of research-based evidence that shows that there are some criteria or different elements that can be in place that really give a child the best possible chance to do well in school.
Do you feel that in the long run, good is going to come from this program?
Oh, yes. Yes, I wouldn't
Okay,
do
there's
it if I
no
didn't
doubt
believe-
in your mind
Nope.
whatsoever.
No doubt in my mind, Paul. And here's why. Because there have been a lot of studies that have been going on since the 70s even that have shown, there's one called the Abecedarian Project out of North Carolina, where they had a group of preschoolers that were from low-income backgrounds in North Carolina that they placed in really high-quality, focused early learning environments and worked with the parents and with the families together. And they showed that as adults, they had completely different life trajectories than the other cohort of preschoolers in their careers and everything.
What can parents do? Or what can parents or grandparents do that are listening to us right now? What can they do to make it better for the kids?
Well, in terms of just some things that help with children's, in coming from brain science, say for example, so children that are read to more, and if you're interacting with them, even when they're really little, and talking with them and asking questions.
Introducing them to reading.
Yes.
Introducing them to reading, and before they can read, you read to them.
Yes.
Music?
Absolutely. And again, it's the engaging them in curiosity in their environment and speaking and interacting, but then also making sure that we understand that we as a community need to think about the conditions for all kinds of different families in our community and why maybe some families don't have as much time, luxury of time to sit and do that.
If people want more information about this program, what can they do?
Please visit our website. I've got some really cool stuff that we're involved in right now. And if you get on there.
What's the website address?
CradleToCareerAlliance.org.
Okay, simply go to CradleToCareerAlliances.org. All of the information is on there. Can they communicate with you there?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Anytime.
All right. Thank you so much, Crystal KRONER, for coming by. You have yourself a good weekend, all right?
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.